Hello, everyone.
Hello. Okay. So imagine you are in an emergency situation that requires police assistance. Okay. Now let's imagine, separate from that, let's imagine you're a new parent and you just got your baby to sleep. And let's imagine that we have a new dog that has been running around all day and we've finally gotten quiet for the night. Now imagine separately that you have been a military official and you're back and you're suffering from some PTSD. So what are all these things? What can connect these things and throw a real shoehorn in that event? You're getting ready to lay down at night.
Fireworks.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. That boom of a firework. So we've all experienced fireworks in some way, shape, or form. The 4th of July celebrations, and recently this year, the state of Iowa had legalized fireworks for home use for this year from the last few weeks in June into the first 2 weeks of July. Today I'm going to discuss why fireworks should be banned within city limits and what we can do about that. So, in addition to stressing out pets, waking up kids, and negatively impacting former military members with PTSD, firework use within the city limits is causing an increase in police emergency calls and tying up emergency services. KCRG reports there were 4 times as many emergency calls during the time of June 1st to June 22nd than there were in the previous year. KCRG also reports that from that same time frame, June 1st to June 22nd, police received over 200 calls relating to firework use during legal hours. So this is 200 emergency contacts to the emergency line that are not for emergency reasons. It's 200 additional calls that were not for, that the city did not plan for, and they didn't have proper staffing for. So these additional contacts put residents at risk for lag time of getting emergency services. In a true emergency, if you have 200 additional calls within, let's say 20 days, let's round up 20 days. That's an extra 10 calls a day. And when you're already in, not an entirely big city, we don't have that big of a police force. So in a true emergency, it ties that up. So what can we do about this? I propose fireworks be banned within city limits. Residents should receive a letter stating that fireworks are banned within city limits and list the fines out for that. The city of Waterloo has already proposed, according to an article on KCRG, they've enacted a ban on fireworks that lists them as a nuisance. So just like a sound nuisance. So if law enforcement is called to a location 3 times, then the residents of that property are fined for that. Citing and promoting the ban on fireworks within city limits and clearly educating the residents of the community that this activity is punishable and the ban will be enforced can give residents the peace of mind that emergency services will be available and not delayed due to responding to illegal fireworks calls. So banning the fireworks within city limits, again, will still allow the residents of the city to set off fireworks outside of city limits where the populations are more dispersed, whether it's a friend's farm or there's a designated location to do that. Those are both viable options. This will allow the residents and the children within city limits to get to bed earlier in the evening. It'll keep pets calm and keep the emergency line contacts for non-emergency issues to a minimum. I know for me, I have 4 young children and a dog. My kids are in bed by 8 o'clock. During that month when fireworks were able to be set off, my kids were not, they went to bed, but they were up until 10:30 because the neighbors were setting off fireworks all night. Also my dog, I have a chocolate lab. She is a hunting dog. Fireworks sound like gunshots. She sat at the window every night. Every night she heard a firework. She freaked out a little bit and started barking, would scratch at the window because she thought someone was hunting and she had to go look for something. So in my personal, I keep, the dog away from those big fireworks activities. But what is happening in your own neighborhood where you live, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. So the idea here is for all residents to be aware of the ban of fireworks within the city limits, so that eliminates the need to have law enforcement distribute fines. If you're aware of the law, it's your active choice to break that, so you should be punished. Let's see. In conclusion, fireworks should be banned within city limits because they're causing unneeded stress and extra emergency contacts. So now let's imagine going to bed at 9 p.m. on an early July evening and waking up at 6 o'clock the next morning undisturbed. This can be a reality. Write letters to your council members and encourage others to do the same, requesting a fireworks ban. Oh yeah. A fireworks ban within city limits.
Okay.
I'll still here.